Only I can endure the dragon's fury.
Alright everybody, welcome back. And basically this game, I was just desperate. A little backstory was I was on a tremendous lose streak. I think it was like 4 to 5 lose streak. No matter what I did, no matter who I played, I was just losing. So I got into the next game. I was like, you know what, man, I'm just gonna screw it. I'm gonna lock in Leesin and I'm gonna just do some stupid stuff. So I locked in Leesin. I was like, I'm gonna do a red side invade. I don't care. At this point, I just needed a win. I needed to try something tremendously stupid. So, locked in Leesin, started with the sweeper, and I immediately go for the red side invade. And we are going up against a Master Yi. So I was just needed a win, man, and we managed to get the smite off right here. I did step a little bit out of range, so Master Yi did spot us, but right here, we're just trying to see if we can steal anything. So we do manage to pick up a little chicken, just one raptor. And I decide, okay, you know what? He's probably going to rotate over to his blue. I'm just going to try and see if I can steal the Krugs. And I do manage to steal the Krugs right here. But like I mentioned, it was just desperation, you know? Desperate times, desperate measures. And it just didn't matter who I was playing this day. You know, Kha'Zix, Vi, Rengar, I was just losing game after game, 5-game lose streak. I got into the next one. I was like, screw this, man. Let me lock in Leesin and let me do some stupid shit. And right here, we did rotate over to the blue buff. We make it just in time to get the steal, even without the smite. We get the slow from the red buff, and we managed to land our first ability, pick up the nice first blood right here. So as you can see, I was just doing everything I possibly could think of from the books. Like anything I could think of. We did a little bit of farming, picked up some items, and immediately we are rotating back to the red buff. So of course, I did feel a bit bad for this Master Yi, but I just needed a win, man. So as you can see the board, I was like, I don't care. I'm going to the red buff. I was just like, I'm not going to let this guy play. We managed to get a nice first blood. I'm going to make sure that his farm is mine. So we land our first ability on the red buff. We rotate it, and Morgana manages to follow us up. The Ahri rotates over. She does steal the red buff right here, sadly. But ultimately, at this point, I was like, I really didn't care. I was just making sure that, okay, as long as Master Yi isn't getting anything, I don't care. So we cleared up his red side farm, and immediately I rotate over to his blue buff. I was like, nope, I'm sorry, Master Yi, you are not going to play this video game. So I make it over to his blue buff, and of course, he makes his way over. We use our first ability and smite. And I notice Ahri is rotating over, so I dash over to her, land our first ability, wastes his flash. We pick up the nice easy kill on the Master Yi. So as you can see, I was just like, I did feel a bit bad for him. I was like, man, but I just needed a win. Like, ultimately, I did not care anymore at this point. It was like my first win of the day on a 5-game lose streak. I was just like, I gotta do something, right? I gotta try win. But Leesin is a champion that I do want to try play more of. I definitely made it a goal this season that I want to try learn him. You know, he always was a champion that I just never got around to learn. Mainly because I guess the skill issue is a big factor, not gonna lie. Like, he is by no means an easy champion to play, especially if you don't get off to an early game start like I did myself. So, as you can see, I was pretty strong. I had more items than him. I was not going to let him play the video game. But I swear to God, though, I guarantee a lot of you will agree with me on this part. If it was us on the enemy side of this Master Yi, they definitely would have FF by now. The fact that they didn't FF, right here I fat finger my flash, but at this point we're super strong, land our first ability ultimate, pick up the easy kill on the Master Yi. we could easily 1v1 him. And right now, everybody on my team is doing really well, picking up some solo kills along the way. But for some reason, man, the enemy team just would not give up. They would not FF, man. I do not understand it. But I swear, if it was like if we switch positions, where it was me on the Master Yi, 0 and 5, down like 3 to 5k gold, the enemy team would have FF'd. Like, look at him. I'm not letting him play this game at all. We steal the red buff again. We land our first ability, ultimate, first ability onto him, and we pick up the nice easy skill. Pike does pick up the shutdown. But still, at this point, it's like, okay, the Master Yi is like 0 and 6. And right here, the Darius was an absolute moron. I think if he hooked me a bit faster, I wouldn't have been able to get this play off. But thankfully, the Darius was an idiot. Like, if he immediately saw me and just hooked me, I'm sure they would have got the dragon. But at this point, we're super strong. I just flash in, use my slow from the third ability. Seth picks up a double kill on the Caitlyn. And from here, it's just kind of just rinse and repeat, you know. As soon as his farm is up, just rotate over to it. So as you can see, here's blue buff is up. I was not letting him play the game. Again, you know, the Master Yi could have been new to the game, but I'm sorry, you know, you got to learn the hard way. No, if this Master Yi was like a new player to the game, just didn't understand, just trying to learn the game, it's like, I'm sorry, but you got to learn the hard way. As right here, we managed to get a nice easy kill on him again, land our first ability. But as I mentioned, like, the enemy team just still putting up a fight for some reason. We do land our first ability on this Pike right here. Rotate over. He almost gets the kill, but the Morgana rotates over to help us out. Just giving a thumbs up. Thank you. You always gotta love it when your supports play with you and play for you. It's really nice. As right here, it's just kind of just farming, get your items, and look to end the game. And of course, my team, having a tremendous lead like this in the game, what do you think they would do? You know, would they help me with objectives, or would they try to play for kills? And if your answer was the second one, as we steal the red buff from him again, like, man, I felt really bad for this Master Yi, man. But overall, we needed a win, man. We just needed a win. I had to get a win of the day because it was just stressful. Yeah, this season I have been struggling tremendously. And right there, I accidentally just pressed on to my ability. My brain stopped working. So I thought that like my first ability was on a minion or something. And as you can see right here, I'm kind of pinging. I'm like, okay, we could probably do Baron. Like, Master Yi is going to reset right there. We could probably do Baron, as the enemy team is pushing into the mid lane right here. So we use our first ability, ultimate. And I'm pretty sure right there, I picked up the kill on Yasuo. It might have been the red buff burn. Here, as you can see, the Varus just gets caught out by the Darius somehow. I was like, how in the world did that happen? Like, how are you in the jungle like that? I didn't even want to worry about it. But I'm pinging. I'm like, guys, can we just do Baron, please? Let's just rotate over to Baron. Let's get Baron. The dragon is spawning. Please, let's just get the objectives and look to end the game nice and easy. There's really no way that the enemy team can make a comeback unless we let them. So I'm just like, please, can you help me with the objectives? So here the mountain drake spawns, and it is the third drake. It is the soul for us, and I'm just desperate. I'm like, please come help me with the dragon, please. So you can see I was super desperate. I just needed a win, man. As right here, we're just trying to get the blue buff before we start the objectives. And at this point, we are super strong, so I was confident that we could probably just start up the objectives. But you got to make sure you clear out the wards, you know. Before you do any of these objectives, got to make sure they have no vision. As we do manage to pick up the dragon nice and easy, we get the soul as well. And at this point, you know, our entire team was there as well, thankfully. So in a team fight, we definitely win. Super easy. And then right here with the dragon soul and the Baron buff, we managed to chase him down. Aoi picks up a double kill, and we managed to end the game nice and easy. Yeah, for some reason, like, the Master Yi is like 0-9, and we're just making the game difficult for no reason. Like, but man, I keep looking back at this game, and I'm like, if that was me on the Master Yi, we definitely would have FF. Like, they probably would have just AFK'd, honestly. I guarantee they would have just AFK'd, FF'd, and reported me for feeding. But we managed to get a first win of the day. I believe it was the first win of the day. Well, I'm not sure. I really can't remember. But pick up a nice, easy win on Leesin. Absolute Jungle Diff Masterclass right here. Pick up the S rating and the MVP. Nice and easy. Rocking the Godfist Leesin as well. 9-1 as the Master Yi on the enemy team goes 9k damage, 0 and 9. But I hope you all enjoyed. Peace.